the next session of amino acids and protein students. In this session, let us discuss about the chemical properties of amino acids and proteins, right? Okay, before going into the chemical properties, we already know amino acids are amphoteric in nature. Okay, amphoteric in nature means which has both acidic and basic properties. Okay, students. So that's why they are called as amphoteric in nature, and the name is amino acids has given. The name itself represents it has amino group and acid group. So let us write the general form of amino acid. NH2CHRCOOH. Okay, this is our amino group and this is our acid group, right? This is our amino group, this is our acid group. Coming to the chemical properties of amino acids. Okay, coming to the chemical properties of amino acids, students, the chemical properties are maybe due to amino group or due to acid group or maybe due to both of the amino group and acid group. So, chemical properties of amino acids can be studied under three headings. Okay, let us write them. Okay, students, chemical properties are maybe due to first one, carboxyl group. Okay, second one, amino group. Third point, maybe due to both amino and carboxyl group. So the properties of chemical properties of amino acids studied under three headings I have discussed earlier. Okay, carboxyl group or amino group or maybe due to amino and carboxyl group. Let us do the first chemical properties. The chemical properties due to carboxyl group. In that first equation, reduction reaction, we can do reduction reaction. For example, if you take glycine, what is the formula of glycine, students? NH2CHHCOOH, right? NH2CH2COOH is the formula of glycine. So, what you will get, students? In the presence of lithium aluminum hydride, if you do reduction in the presence of lithium aluminum hydride, the water molecule will get eliminated, OH from here, H from here, and the remaining will be formed as NH2CHH, CH2OH. Okay, alpha amino ethyl alcohol. Amino ethyl alcohol, and the second property is decarboxylation, Students, for example, let me take again glycine, NH2CHHCOOH in the presence of barium hydroxide. Decarboxylation is the word itself says that which is nothing but the removal of carbon dioxide. Right, students? What we are doing here? Carbon dioxide will be removed. So, CHHH totally becomes CH3NH2. So, CH3NH2 plus barium carbonate plus water will be removed. That released carbon dioxide attacks barium and forms barium carbonate plus water molecule. This is the reaction when glycine is treated with barium hydroxide. This is the reaction when happens when glycine is treated with barium hydroxide. Okay students, these two reactions are due to carboxyl group. Okay, let me discuss one more reaction. The chemical property due to only carboxyl group. This property is also carboxylic group because of carboxyl group. Here the reaction area is COOH has been changed to CH2OH. Here also the reaction area is COOH has been completely converted into amine group. Let us see one more. Let us see one more. Esterification. Esterification reaction. Here to show esterification reaction, I am taking the Zwitter ion form of amino acid. Okay students? NH3 plus CHR COO minus. Okay, if I add C2H5OH alcohol, so what will be the product? NH2 CH2R COOH. Okay, sorry, COO C2H5, the H. Here because we are studying the chemical property under the group which is involved is carboxyl group. So here the COO minus reacts with alcohol to form the ester group. So acid group is converting into ester group students. This is not that much simpler. It takes place in 2 steps. Let us do with an example so that you can clearly understand. For example, I am taking glycine, Zwitter ion form of glycine. So NH3 plus CHH COO minus, okay, glycine is treated with HCl. In the first step, so what happens? You will get NH3 plus CHH, COOH and Cl minus. Okay students, to that you are adding C2H5OH alcohol. So what happens? NH3 plus CHH, COO, C2H5. The H place is replaced by C2H5. Okay, alcohol group. So you will get Cl minus. In the final step, you have to treat it with silver oxide and you have to remove HCl. So you will get NH2, CHH is nothing but students, CH2, COO, C2H5. This is alpha amino ethyl acetate. What is the name of this compound students? Alpha amino ethyl acetate. This is the esterification reaction due to carboxylic acid group. For example, here I have taken glycine. Here I have written in 1 step the general form, but it takes, if you look into the mechanism, it takes place in 2 steps. First step, treating with HCl. So you will get chloride salt. In the second step, you have to treat it with alcohol. You are getting an intermediate, and in the final step you have to treat it with AgOH and Cl. So you will get alpha amino ethyl acetate as the product if you take the amino acid glycine. If you take the amino acid glycine and do esterification, what you are getting? Alpha amino ethyl acetate. What you are getting students? Alpha amino ethyl acetate. Let us do the esterification reaction for alanine also. Another example. This is general equation student and this is, I have done example 1. Let us do one more example. Okay students? let me do one more example. Okay students, example 2. Let me take alanine. NH3 plus CH3 COO minus is our alanine. I am taking Zwitter ion form of alanine. In the first step, what you have to do, students? Do you remember for glycine? Yes. In the first step, you have to treat it with HCl, right? You have to treat it with HCl. So you will get NH3 plus CH3 COOH and Cl minus. Okay. In the second step, what you have to add, students? We have done it for glycine, no? C2H5OH, we have to add alcohol. Here the H place will be replaced by OC2H5. So you are getting NH3 plus CH3 COO C2H5 along with Cl minus. In the last and final step, what you have to do, students? You have to add silver oxide, right? Silver oxide and remove HCl. Right? You have to add silver oxide and remove HCl. So you will get NH2CH CH3 COO C2H5. You are getting, okay, alpha amino ethyl propionate. Alpha amino ethyl propionate. In this way, we can do the esterification reactions. Okay, students? In this way, we can do the esterification reactions, which involves the first method, carboxyl group. These reactions are due to carboxylic group. What I have done, students? The first reaction is reduction. What I have used with their lithium aluminum hydride. And the second reaction is, what is that, students? Decarboxylation. Right? What I have used there for decarboxylation? Barium hydroxide. And the final one which I have done in this case is, what is that, students? Esterification. Right? Esterification, I have done 2 examples with glycine and alanine. We have completed the first chemical properties due to carboxyl group. We have completed the chemical properties of amino acids due to carboxyl group. Okay. Next, let me move into the chemical properties due to amino group. Let me move into the second one, chemical properties due to amino group. Okay, students? Next, chemical properties due to amino group. Okay, chemical properties due to amino group. Okay, let us do 3 reactions in this also. First one is reaction with nitrous acid. Reaction with nitrous acid. To show the chemical properties due to amino group, we have to take the Zwitter ion forms of amino acids. All these 3 examples we will write for glycine. What is this Zwitter ion form of glycine, students? NH3 plus CHH COO minus. Okay, when it is treated with nitrous acid, HONO. I am writing HNO2 as HONO to show how the reaction has happened. So, you will get NH2 CH2 COOH. You will get NH2 CH2 COOH. Right, students? And, I am sorry, not NH2, OH. Here, in the place of NH3 plus, you will get OH group. So, this N and this N will be removed as nitrogen. So, completed. And this hydrogen and that OH will removed as water molecules. So, what is the product we are getting here, students? alpha hydroxy acetic acid. Right students, we are getting alpha hydroxy acetic acid. This is the one of the reactions which are due to amino group. Next, reaction with CH3COCl acetyl chloride. What happens? Take this bitter ion of glycine, NH3 plus CHH COO minus plus CH3COCl. What happens here? You will get CH3CONH CHH COOH, alpha acetyl glycine. You are getting alpha acetyl glycine, alpha amino acetyl glycine. Okay, what is happening here? Very simple case. One of the hydrogen and Cl will be removed as HCl. Cl from here, hydrogen from here will be removed as HCl. Okay, one of the hydrogen will be attached to COO minus, so it becomes COOH, and the remaining is COCH3. That COCH3 will get attached to this N terminal. So you will get CH3CONH. This is the reaction with acetyl chloride. Third reaction, reaction with a base. Reaction with a base, NaOH, when NH3 plus CHH COO minus. If you take glycine and treat it with NaOH, what happens? You will get NH2 CH2 COO Na, sodium salt of glycine. You will get sodium salt of glycine. These are all the chemical properties of amino acids which arise due to the presence of amino group. So we have completed the second task, amino group. Due to amino group, what are the properties, students? Please remember, what are the properties due to amino group, students? Reaction with nitrous acid, next reaction with acetyl chloride, next reaction with a base NaOH. These are the properties due to amino group. Okay, next let us move into the chemical properties which arise due to both amino and carboxyl group. Okay students, last reactions due to both amino and hydroxyl groups. In that, the first is action of heat. When you treat amino acids with heat, what happens? In this category, let us try with an example of alpha amino acid and beta amino acid and gamma amino acid. I hope already you know about alpha amino acid and beta amino acid and gamma amino acid. If the amino group is at alpha position, that is adjacent to functional group, then it is called alpha. If the amino group is 2 positions after functional group, then it is called as beta amino acid. If the amino group is after 3 positions to functional group, then it is called gamma amino acids. Now in this example, we are going to take all 3 categories, alpha, gamma, okay, alpha, beta and gamma amino acids, and we are heating them. What happens? If you heat alpha amino acid, you are getting heterocyclics. If you heat beta amino acid, you are getting unsaturated acids. If you heat gamma amino acid, you are getting lactams. Let us do with examples. Action of heat. Let us do the action of heat, taking the examples of glycine for alpha amino acids. Okay students, we are doing for alpha amino acids, right? Let me write like this: NHH, CHH, C double bond O, OH, one glycine molecule, and C double bond OH, CH, H, NH, H, other basic molecule. I am writing N terminal first. Here C terminal first. I am eliminating two water molecules, right? H2O from here and H2O from here, and left over with NH, CHH, C double bond O, C double bond O, CHH. Okay, NH. Okay, students, this is ketopiperazines. This is ketopiperazines from glycine molecules. How many moles of glycine? 2 moles of glycine. Let us try another example with alanine. Okay, students, alanine. NH, H, CH, CH3, C double bond O, OH. Okay, here C double bond O, OH, CH, CH3, NH, H. Water, here water molecule. Eliminated, you are left over with NH, CH, CH3, C double bond O, here also C double bond O. Okay, CH, CH3 and NH. This is our alkyl substituted ketopiperazine. Alkyl substituted ketopiperazine. We have write the equations of alpha amino acids on heating gives ketopiperazines. These are the reactions in which when alpha amino acids are heated, they give ketopiperazines. Let us do now with gamma amino acids. Let me take the gamma amino acid. Here single OH functional group. The next carbon is alpha and the next carbon is gamma. Alpha, the next carbon is beta. We have completed for alpha amino acids. Let us do for beta amino acids, friends. I'm sorry. Let us do for beta amino acids. So this is alpha carbon, this is beta carbon. Okay. Here also we will get CH2, HH. This is beta amino acid. Instead of H, let me take R so that we can replace H for glycine, CH3 for alanine, C6H5CH2 for phenylalanine. You can write many examples. Okay, students? So what happens here? NH2CH, double bond CH, COOH. Alpha beta unsaturated acid is formed. Alpha beta unsaturated acid is formed in this case. This is what happens when beta amino acids are heated. Next. Let us do the example of gamma amino acid. What happens when gamma amino acids are heated? C double bond OH. This is functional group. This is alpha carbon. This is beta carbon. And this is gamma carbon. For that you will have NH2 group. So CH2, CH2. So alpha, beta, gamma. What happens here? Intramolecular elimination of, intramolecular means in the same molecule. In the same molecule, elimination of water takes place. So let me write NH2 as H. Water molecule is eliminated. So you will get C double bond O, CH2, 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 NH. These are nothing but lactams. These are called as lactams. C double bond O, CH2, 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 NH is remaining. These are called lactams. So lactams are formed when gamma amino acids are heated and removes water. When gamma amino acids are heated, removal of water takes place and lactams are formed. In this way, alpha amino acids give beta gamma. Gamma gives lactams. Beta gives alpha beta Now we have completed action of heat under the category of the reactions which involve both amino and carboxyl group. Let us do the next. Next reaction, action with metallic ions. Complex formation takes place. Okay students, complex formation takes place when amino acids are treated with higher metallic ions. For example, say aqueous solution of copper sulfate. So complex formation takes place. Here in this case, we will get a blue color solution. Okay, let us write. For example, I am taking glycine 2 moles. Glycine plus glycine 2 moles. When I add copper sulfate solution, add this copper sulfate solution, we get this complex like this. NH2. Here oxygen, C double bond O, CH2 like this. C double bond O, CH2 like this. You will get a complex. The amino acid forms complex with copper metallic ion. I'm sorry, students. The last reaction under the category of both amino and carboxyl groups are reaction with ninhydrin. Ninhydrin is a ketonic alcoholic ketonic solution, right? Alcoholic keto solution. When we add amino acids with ninhydrin, purple or violet color precipitate is formed. Purple or violet color solution is formed. So this happens when ninhydrin is treated with amino acids. Okay students, so under the category of both amino and carboxyl group, we have learned about action of heat. In action of heat, we have learned that alpha amino acids give piperazines, beta amino acids give unsaturated acids, and gamma amino acids give lactams. And second, with metallic ions, complex formations. Complex, not composition, complex formation takes place. And with ninhydrin, purple or violet color precipitate is formed. So in this class, we learned the chemical properties of amino acids under 3 heading students. The chemical properties due to carboxyl group, the chemical properties due to amino group, and the chemical properties due to both amino and carboxyl group students. Carboxyl group chemical properties are reduction with lithium aluminum hydride, decarboxylation with barium hydroxide, esterification. I have done the example of glycine and alanine also in the esterification. Reactions due to amino group is that reaction with nitrous acid, reaction with acetyl chloride, and reaction with sodium hydroxide. And finally, reactions due to both amino and carboxyl groups are that reaction of heat. We have done action of heat, and the second one is reaction with metallic ions. These reactions come under the chemical properties of amino acids students. Chemical properties and synthesis of amino acids are very important students. I gave you 5 synthesis of amino acids, right? From alpha halo acids, Strecker synthesis, Gabriel thalamide synthesis, Belonic ester synthesis. Okay, all the 5 synthesis of amino acids along with these chemical properties. 3 from each category, totally 9 properties you have to prepare for the examination. So, preparations and properties of amino acids are very important. Thank you students for watching this session. Let us meet in the next session. Thank you.